This is Water Elemental.
And this is Axis, and we are here today to talk about League of Legends. This is everyone's favorite MOBA-style battle game.
With everybody's favorite podcasters.
Those guys that do the Minecraft videos?
Wait, did we book them today?
No.
Oh.
We haven't booked anyone. This is the first week we've had news in a while, so we're trying to get back into gears of actually reporting about stuff. So give us a minute here. We got Syndra this week. They announced the rewards for the end of Season 2. They, of course, are doing some exclusive offers in terms of bonus riot points and bonus rune pages. We also got a couple of skins on the PvE, a few features to the Tribunal, and their basic system of review, and of course, a patch that's coming up.
You're like losing breath. You're not taking a breath in. You're just like, and now we go down to the news.
You've seen me saying I'm the very monomotomatic general. I can go without breath for hours at a time.
Yeah.
I'm like a creature that goes without air for hours at a time.
You mean...
You know, one of those creatures? Syndra! She's an AP with a lot of control and CC.
She's a very high-powered slingshot. Is like to put her.
She's very interesting in that she doesn't play like any other mage before. Sure, she combos, and a lot of mages combo, but she combos off herself, almost similar to Rise, where you set up your positioning just right and just keep playing with the way your own abilities work to deal damage. So it's very dependent on you being aware of your environment, and while her delays aren't necessarily that high, it's still in your best interest to line those combos up properly.
Now, the ones I've seen have been going middle against other Syndras, so it's just been Syndra versus Syndra in the games I've played.
That'd be funny if they could pick up enemy balls like they could with Draven.
I was going to say, have you seen if they've been able to? Because I've been trying to keep an eye on it.
Been able to.
So if anybody confirm or deny that, let us know, because I'm interested in that. But I checked. She has a skill cap of 10, doesn't she? She's the 4th with a skill cap of 10?
I guess so.
If she's 10, I'm not sure, but I assume they would, because she's complicated. I didn't even bother trying to pick her up, because I'm like, there's no way I'm going to just sit there in middle with a new champion, just be like, ugh! Balls everywhere!
It's kind of what you're used to, though.
Yeah. As Tarek.
Oh, we love gay jokes here! Syndra, from what I've seen, the few games I've played with her so far, I've been very busy, so I haven't been able to play as many. And of course, we're playing with her. We're talking about her the day she came out, so it's a little bit hard to say for certain. But most of the Syndras I've seen have been building kind of AP light. They're going for a lot of health, a lot of utility. So I haven't been like wowed by her damage.
Because she's supposed to hit hard. She's not supposed to hit constant. She's supposed to hit hard. And they're building her AP light. It's
kind of weird, but I imagine just based on the ratios, she's very, very frightening. Just because it's just like, alright, conjure, pick up, drop, conjure, alt, flick. And you're just like, I am dead. But I haven't gotten that wow factor yet, but that's only because enemy builds have been bad, focusing on things like early hourglasses and Roas, and I'm like, what are you doing?
She's a champion that uses constant ability casting, so she should be picking up like Tear of the Goddess and building an Archangel Staff to get that maximum effect, because she's gonna need, if you're gonna be using all that mana, you might as well be building up your mana and getting that rod, because she's gonna be constantly picking up the ball, picking up minions, putting down balls, shockwaving, so a lot of that manipulation would come in handy with that Archangel Staff, so.
That's true, and it almost feels vaguely Karthus-esque. Or I mean, I'd say it was closer to Orianna.
Yeah, she's
in terms of control, because you're having a delayed assignment on abilities, and you're depending greatly on the positioning of your own manipulations. So it's
in combination with your opponent on what they're doing.
Indeed. But I've seen a lot of funny plays with her. I saw her playing against a Heimerdinger, and she literally just walk by, pick up one of his turrets, and just throw it away, and be like, yeah, Heimer, what are you doing? And I felt really bad for the guy. It's like, Heimer, I'm so sorry. How could she do this to you?
That's so sad when there's just a champion that she's just going to be like, hi, Heimerdinger, I'm so useless.
Like a heavy just walks by and rips an engineer's turret to the ground, just throws it down a cliff. He's like, oh.
That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I put metal in that.
Oh. Do the turrets die when she chucks them, or?
They take damage.
Oh god. I'm gonna take your turrets and just throw them next to Dragon.
Yeah, pick up one turret, throw it at the other one, and just like bust them both, and I'm like, yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, her mechanics seem very solid. It's just, I want to see her after everybody's been able to use her. Because like we said, we're talking about her day one, and we're getting our first impressions out of here. And I like her concepts. Her concepts are great. What I get from her is, looking at the skills and then actually seeing them talked about on the Champion Spotlight and stuff, she takes a lot of wind-up. Orianna doesn't take as much wind-up as she does.
But Orianna doesn't do as much damage. That's the main thing.
Yeah, but still, it's just like winding up, throwing up, I missed. Wind up, wind up, wind up, wind up, I missed again. I really suck at this game.
Honestly, you can peck at your opponents well enough with the fact that you can...
Oh yeah, you can just put down an orb down.
Yeah, you can put down a new orb, or you can just pick up an enemy unit and be like, I'm just going to use this instead.
Boop. I'm just going to take minions and just throw it at the turret. Ha! Ha! Stop that. Please.
No. But we don't know a ton about her. Like we said, not Catherine Donner. She's some crazy Ionian girl that's like, I am in a castle and I have no bounds on my powers. Now I'm going to join the League of Legends! It's like, alright. That's cool. And so, you know, I'm not really that excited about her lore. She kind of came out of nowhere, which, you know, is okay. But if there's not even a reason for her to be in the league, it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
Like we said before, there's champions that have great reasons like to be in the league, and then
you know, like Brand. Brand was a concept that's way far out, but it makes sense why he's in the league. He got captured, for goodness sake.
Yeah, he was sitting there. He took over a human's body, and he started running
everything up.
And so the league had to literally like confine him into like a cell, and then they use him as punishment. Same with Nocturne. He was killing people in their dreams, and so they took the Nexus Shard that he inhabits and put it in a jar, and they're like, sup, summon.
And then, yeah, this just doesn't make any sense. But that's all we know. I want to see how some builds flesh out. Guys, if you have a build that on her that works, I'd love to take a look at it, see if maybe that'll work with her particular damage types.
So what do you give her?
I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. She's new and interesting. I haven't been wowed by her yet, but that's mostly because people are still new with her. It's still the first day, you know. It's hard to get a good grasp on her.
Everybody sucks with her.
Yeah. And, I don't know. I don't like her lore very much. I mean, I'm not a big fan of Ionian champions, period. So I'm kind of biased. But, I don't know. I haven't been blown away by her yet, but I like her concepts. They're very unique, and it's a control mage that actually feels like a control mage, whereas other control mages like, you know, Orianna felt kind of flat in terms of their control.
Yeah, she's more whipping around than she is controlling things. But yeah, I give her an 8 as well. She's able to do some really crazy things. Manipulating minions in this way is new and interesting, and the hate towards Heimerdinger is just hilarious. Just her, like he said, the lore. I don't like her default skin. Her Judgment one looks great, and we'll get into that, but her looks aren't very interesting. She's generic floating witch with black orbs floating around her, but everything about her is great. Hopefully she can turn out to be a great champion and seen later on.
Indeed.
And speaking of skins, we have 2 new skins that just came out on sale. We have the Judgment or Juggernaut, or
I believe it is Judgment.
Syndra. And this one looks great. It just changes, like,
it plays on the concept. It sort of makes a paradigm where one is dark and one is light. She's got really cool, like, runes on her spheres.
And her, like, the face mask on her. And
I'm Cormier! Sorry, we've been playing too much Guild Wars. And so... But it's a nice looking skin. Not sure if I'm going to pick it up yet.
Then the second one we have is Special Operations Gangplank.
This is a very different skin than Gangplank's ever gotten. Most of his are kind of cheesy and like, oh, he's got a sailor outfit. Isn't that fun? Now he's like He's got like a machete, and he's got a laser pistol.
Well, he has like a silenced pistol, and it sounds like a silenced pistol when he's like.
And he's got a special recall animation, and it changes the effects on his ult. It's a very, very good skin. I mean, it's nearly legendary, but I'd pick it up if you're any kind of Gangplank player.
There was some controversy that when he used remove scurvy, they were bananas, and then they changed it to oranges again. I don't know. I'm just like, why would they change it in the first place? What, do Spec Ops people prefer bananas over oranges?
Potassium is good for combat situations.
I got a crab! Hurry! Hurry! Eat potassium!
And of course, there's 2 more skins on the PvE, which is Oktoberfest Grogus and Nemesis Jax. 2 very interesting skins, however, we haven't seen too much about them. But stay tuned, take a look at them over at our friends at SurrenderAt20.net. Very good resource if you want to check out stuff.
I'm glad that Grogus is getting one.
Yeah, Grogus definitely
needed one.
Well, he hadn't gotten one since Esquire?
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Indeed. Next big news is they announced a lot of things about the way tiers are going to work in the upcoming system. They changed the amount of ELO required for get different ELO levels for the end of Season 2. Added 2 new ranks. Of course, they also changed the way that you're judged based on your ELO. And they're going to be changing the matchmaking system very soon. There's a lot of cool stuff coming for Ranked. And they also announced the rewards for Season 2's conclusion.
This is what this is one of those things that kind of bugs me. I've been getting over the fact that there's a Janna skin that's I'm not going to be able to obtain, and it just makes me feel awful.
But there's a Janna skin for gold and higher, and there's some summoner icons and some profile icons.
As well as bordering the login screen for you. All sorts of weird stuff.
You can be told what a cool dude you are.
Playing in public all the time.
I forgot which color my thing is. Oh, I'm platinum. There we go.
There we go.
I see it when I log in now. I know.
But they announced all that stuff, but they haven't announced anything like the Judgment Kale that came out at the end of Season 1.
Anyone that played in Season 1, they got Judgment Kale. My bet is on a new Trundle skin. It's going to be given to everyone at the end of Season 2.
Trolls! Trolls everywhere!
Who doesn't want a Trundle skin? I mean, I want one so bad. And
it needs to be Trundle dressed as someone else.
It needs to be Trundle.
J4 Trundle. What's going on, guys?
He needs to be dressed as Lee Sin. Like, no, I'm a good jungle. See, I'm Lee Sin. Look how good of a jungle I am.
Or he has bits and pieces of every other champion just in his skin. He's got, like, Lux hair with, like, 2 different, like, scepters. And it's just like, what are you doing?
Cause a pillar of filth. It looks like a champion that's standing there. Like, oh, there's a Darius right there. Oh, no! It's just, I hope it's a Trundle skin.
Make it so.
Anyway, there are some also cool stuff that are coming out for the store. I buy a lot of RP. Well, not a lot, but I buy enough to get the stuff I want. And recently they had some bonus RP for every purchase of RP in the next couple of weeks. And now they're making it more enticing to get rune pages. You can get 2 rune pages for the price of 1. From September 13th until the 20th. And it'll give you a lot more rune pages. I already have all my rune pages, so I don't really need another one. But it's a great deal.
I only use 2 to 3, because I've got one for my tanks, I got one for my AP mages, and I've got one for my support. Because that's what I primarily play. So I
play everything, so I'm too lazy to be like, alright, I'm going to play one of these 3 roles and I make a rune page. No, I don't want to do that. That's so much work. You can survive on 2 or 3 easy, but if you
I have 4 because I bought one for cheap. So.
If you want to pick up some rune pages, definitely do that. And finally, we had a patch. We didn't mention this earlier just because there's not much here outside of Syndra. They flagged Graves for sunglasses, so you can take less damage from Leona's passive, which is always good news.
Which was so funny that they just added it to the patch notes.
We need more overpoweredness on Graves. He's the only. Oh no, Vayne has it too. Vayne has the sunglasses too. So now Graves is just as good as Vayne in terms of mitigating Leona damage. Of course, they made Spectator mode slightly better. And, of course, that Season 2 stuff is in there. So take a look over at the patch notes, guys. It's no balance changes, but it certainly is cool.
Moving on to sales this week, we've got Akali, Draven, and Renekton.
These are all 3 champions that are very good in their role. Draven's a very good laner. Excels at shutting people down and doing tons of damage very early in the game. Gets a bit harder to manage later in the game, but still a very good pick. Akali is, of course, one of the most renowned assassins in the game. She's very frightening, hard to put down, with a lot of survivability, stealth, and lifesteal / spell vamp.
One of the earliest champions I learned to play.
And of course, Renekton, a very scary top right now. It does a lot of damage, doesn't take a lot of crap from people, and has a very good steroid-esque ult.
For skin sales this week, we have Aviator Irelia.
It's an interesting skin for a lot of them focus on having very stark and contrasting color palettes.
And being like assassin themed.
Yeah. And so this one's just sort of like, hey, I should just wear a jacket. She's throwing down. She's having a good time.
Next up, we have Blade Mrs. Morgana.
Morgana has a lot of good-looking skins, and this one's probably the worst-looking one out of all of them.
I mean, I don't mind this one so much.
It's not that bad, honestly. I'm being a little harsh, but for 47, it's not bad. But on equal levels, I would go for the white-haired one, just because I'm a sucker for
and the one with the
night elves.
Leaves.
The new one is also fantastic, and of course, the Baker skin is hilarious.
The cookies. And finally, we have Undertaker Yorick.
This one is a very grim skin for Yorick, and of course it fits his personality perfectly. Very neat-looking skin, very different than his regular look, and I think it's probably his best skin.
Yeah, definitely last week when we talked about the Pentakill one, we mentioned this one, saying that this is the better skin. So definitely pick this one up. This is the one I use when I solo top Yorick, so. Solo.
And that's it for official news this week, guys. We're going to move on to our in section. Our first question this week comes from J040PL7. It says, who is Cataline?
You must be new here.
It's a thing that we say. And it's actually the name of the champion that
does not exist.
It does not exist. No, but it's
an inside joke. When Caitlyn first came out,
I called her Cataline because
I kept calling her Caitlyn. He kept correcting me.
I did keep correcting him because I had to put more marks on the board. We still have the board somewhere.
Yeah, it's over there.
Our next question comes from the Mapedian, a friend of ours. He says, this is unrelated to LOL, but you guys said you live in Colorado and are in college. What college do you guys go to? As my best friends went to college in Colorado, which is named the Colorado School of Mines. Okay, Mapedian, you're a loyal listener, and we appreciate you. But it's Colorado School of Mines,
as in Minecraft.
And,
yes,
you don't study Minecraft there, but it's a very prestigious engineer university. It's very, very nice.
I can see where you can get the mishap because it kind of sounds the same, but
gems.
People take that very seriously. If you said that to someone that actually went to School of Mines, they would get very frustrated.
Mindhead. Are Bowfinger jokes out of style? Is that what I'm hearing? I guess so.
But I'm going to Red Rocks Community College right now. I just kind of went there because it's cheaper than going to a major university, and what I was studying was I could get the same degree, so I took the cheaper route. So,
and I am not going to school at the moment because I have made poor financial decisions. So I need to work on that.
You can help us out if you want.
Please don't.
Buy a shirt.
Please don't help me. Let me flounder and burn on my own 2 feet. Let me die like a man.
No, I'm gonna make you suffer.
And that's it for questions this week, guys. We love, love, love questions. Every week we try to answer at least 2. You can send us questions in our comment section below. It's usually good for little small bite-sized questions or if you just want to leave feedback. Or you can send us an email. It's spasticgaming@gmail.com. Or post on our forums at spasticgaming.com. There's a little forum icon in the top left. We love, love questions. We'll talk about anything, about League, about us, about what we do, about why don't we do, about...
There's actually a post I made about why things have not shown up or update schedules, all that stuff. So there's an update there about what we're doing with the show and all that stuff. So check it out.
And yeah, this weekend, us Demasians are going to be at a convention here in Denver.
Unfortunately, we had to pug a Malzahar because you know, Galileo.
We couldn't quite get the Damascene 5. But we got 4 Damascenes, which I think is good. We're going to get some pictures, and we'll let you guys see. And if you guys really want, maybe we could do another live-action show of us in our costumes like we did last year.
God, that was awful.
It was... Timo! You look great. You look great.
I still have that fan art someone wrote.
I look so good
in that picture.
I want to just touch my.
It's my background image right now.
I'm touching my wiener right now, thinking about it. Ooh.
All right, we're gonna get this out of here before he starts doing some creepier stuff.
I'll do what I want.
This has been Water Elemental.
It's been Axis, guys. You have a good weekend, and let us know. Do you want pictures? Do you want us to do a show about it? We have cool costumes this year, really cool.
We might even give away swag that we get for free from people.
Swag.
Swag, 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 swag.
Who needs condoms when you have swag?